and let us all do we can to build a better future. Kira, this story is actually very disturbing. And
this is actually my favorite story of the day.
I know.
I couldn't wait to talk about this story.
All right, Kira, what is going on?
It's so good, you guys. It's so good. Okay, so there was a website launched in 2020 that promises to make men's dreams come true.
Oh, no, what?
Users upload a photo of a fully clothed woman of their choice, and in seconds, the site undresses them for free. With that one feature, it has exploded into one of the most popular deepfake tools ever created. So this isn't like a new idea, but this is a brand new site as of last year that basically they call it Deepfakes. Does a very convincing job of making the women in your life naked. Not for real, obviously. It's all AI generated, but the skin tone is believable. I don't know what else you would measure other than the skin tone. The shadowing, maybe? I don't know. But basically, the site's boasting it's developed its own state-of-the-art deep learning image translation algorithms to nudify female bodies, and that the technology is so powerful there is not a woman in the world, regardless of race or nationality, who is safe from being nudified. It doesn't work on men. This is one of my favorite parts. It doesn't work on men. Oh no. When fed a photo of a cisgender man's clothed body, the site gives him breasts and a vulva. Wow. I'm going to try it out tomorrow.
Well, how do you know it's not accurate?
All right.
Well, I'm going to try it out on a dude tomorrow, because unless you pay, you can only nudify one person every 24 hours. And I already nudified myself today. It was crazy. And then I sent Mark the photo.
Okay, and what did Mark say?
No, Mark thought it was hilarious because it didn't look like me at all. Like,
okay.
If you'd never seen me naked before, right? You would probably be like,
this better not be our TYT moment right now.
This could possibly be real, right? But then, well, here's the interesting part. So Mark and I got into a conversation about it. I was like, what do you think about this? I mean, this is pretty scary stuff, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Right? Like, you could do revenge porn when someone didn't even really consent to doing the pornography piece.
Or blackmail.
Or any number of those things. And I don't know, Mark had kind of a surprising answer. And he was like, well, where are they getting the photographs? And I was like, you can get people's photographs on Facebook, or they can take a picture with their phone. And he was like, well, I mean, if you've consented to put your picture on the internet, aren't you sort of like opening yourself up for that? And I was like, isn't that kind of blaming the victim? And
the willing contractual participant.
And so we went back and forth this afternoon about it for a while. And I just thought it gave this story an even more interesting sort of take, when you're thinking about like the fact that this site gives basically referral rewards. So if you post your nudified woman on social media, for example, and you say, and people click on it and it brings them to the site so that they can see the photo, then you get to nudify more women. And so
this is all terrible.
So I brought that up. I was like, I mean, shouldn't somebody be basically his argument was that the law takes care of that with defamation lawsuits, like if you suffer injury, blah, blah, blah.
I mean, every woman has $100,000 just lying around to start a lawsuit.
Right. That's a great point.
So
yeah.
I would say, okay, this is interesting. So I think there's a lot of categories. This is something that obviously in the bigger category of like revenge porn and all these other things affects millions and millions of women, mostly. And of course, clearly men with boobs. Okay, so this is obviously not anywhere close in my mind to legit revenge porn, where legitimate stuff that you haven't posted on social media is leaked and used against you, because that can cause like enormous amounts of issues. It's in a weird way. It's sort of like for me, it has to either be 0 or 100. Like either everyone has to have like a deepfake snood on them, so therefore no one has one, or no one has one. But as soon as you only have a few people, then it's very targeted and serious. But I think that maybe a funny outcome of this that will happen is there's going to be a lot of people that just really are very lonely that utilize this, and from what you were saying, it's going to be really accurate, and they're going to have no idea.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, definitely. It's pretty accurate.
You know what? I'm actually hearing this kind of story. I'm only thinking about the worst case scenarios right now: blackmail, revenge, all that kind of stuff. And the thing is, I was even talking about this with FaZe even before then. Just how some of these deep fake videos are out there. The technology is getting better and better.
Well, and with voices too. Like I think the voice is even scarier than the nudes.
Or either that like there's videos like, you know, if you're on Instagram or Twitter, you might see somebody deep fake with a face on like in a movie or something. Or again, the technology is getting better, but it's the potential for it to do harm to others or blackmail somebody or present them on social media, because remember, social media, it's mob rule basically. Unless you have some sort of big deus ex machina to prove your innocence or whatever. I mean, this is some dangerous technology, and I don't like it at all.
A teacher could probably lose their job over it. You know, there are occupations where this would negatively impact them.
And I would also say there's a few people I see in chat that are like, I don't get this isn't relevant to anything I cover. Yeah, this is an economic issue that affects, as we just put, a lot of people potentially. And right now, this is still newish technology.
It's going to
This is still, I mean, effectively, and some people I saw already in chat made the point as well. This is like doing Photoshop cuts that people have been doing for years without Photoshop. It's just
the fact that I could do it within minutes, because of course I was like, well, let me see how this goes. So the report that I pulled this story from does not have the link to the website, so I had to find the website, go there, and that wasn't a problem at all. And then literally within minutes I had a fake nude of myself. And so
you know what?
Pretty simple. It's way easier than Photoshop. I went to school and I had to take a class where we learned Photoshop, and I was horrible at it.
I just thought of something else on this. So if you're going to give nudes to someone that you might not trust, this actually might be something you want to utilize as a defensive mechanism. I don't know.
Unless you're a female and you're trying to nudify a male. That does not exist yet.
No, we have to go to, that's probably a paid site or something. It's like they need more work hours.
Well, now I got to go look that up.
Yeah, you got to code that yourself. You got to worry about.
You know what? This is just Pandora's box, and I think this kind of technology, it's sadly it won't go away, because there's gonna be another company that's gonna do something like this, and everyone just be careful out there. As much as you can on social media, what you post on social media. Just I mean, the only thing I could say, because again, there is, maybe I'm hearing this something like this does frighten me, because I see the potential for it causing more harm, intruding in people's privacy, and doing far more damage than we can really think about. Because again, with this kind of technology, there are some bad people out there. There are people in positions of power that will abuse it and cause harm to others.
No, let's be real. People in positions of power are not going to abuse this. They have way better technology.
Yeah, sure.
Also, this reminds me of, I think we covered a couple years back another story of a very similar thing where you would feed a huge amount of pictures of someone's face into this machine, and it would take like live porns, and it would go through and systemically rewrite the actor's face for the entire thing.
Wow.
So for me, this actually seems more tame than other stories we've covered from years ago on this exact topic. Yeah.
Interesting.
All right.
Okay.
With that being said, we're going to move on now to our next story. Before we do, we actually got a YouTube super chat from Just in Time, $5. Gee. Says, I'm an old guy. I don't need any nudifying app. I've always undressed women with my eyes. Okay, buddy. Well, I mean, hey, do you? I mean, that's
literally. I mean, sort of.
All right. Let's go to Odyssey. Let's go to the thing, Jack. All right, Odyssey. 2 library tokens of Golic AJ. Yeah, this definitely sounds like it's a problem that leads to lack of consent. It's a violation, plain and simple. It's just plain unethical. I agree with that completely. If anyone actually interested in sending nudes to someone, they would do it privately.
Right.
There we go.